Before you can figure out where you're going, you gotta look back at where you've been. There's things that happen that seem like they didn't mean nothing at the time. But then you realize they mean everything.
What's up, ugly ass niggas? This your boy Jay Miles, and I am back with another video. And you know what to do. If you're new, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, leave a like, comment, and let me know what you're thinking. But most importantly, make sure you share it with your ugly ass friends. On today's video, we will be covering Power, Book 3, and this is Raising Kanan. The title of it is, Why Did Kanan Name Sean After Famous? Revealed. Now, if you're a fan of the OG Power, then you already know that he had a son. Kanan had a son named Sean. Now, of course, when the first Power series aired, we didn't think nothing of it. Okay, he has a son, his name is Sean. But, of course, after Raising Kanan aired, we find out that he has a son. He has a best friend who was also named Sean. And we figured out then that his best Sean, Kanan gave his name, the name of his son, after his best friend, Famous. Like, we know him as Famous, but his real government name is, of course, Sean Figueroa. So the question that was asked among fans a lot is, what is the reason that he named his son after Sean, or after Famous? And a lot of us speculated it had to be something very traumatizing that must have happened that made Kanan want to name his son after him. And I have here two great theories that I believe could be the reason he decided to name his son after him. So without further ado, let's just go ahead and get into it. Now, as we know, one of the most infamous quotes that Kanan said while speaking to and mentoring Tariq was that sometimes they say you're not a real killer until you kill someone you love. Now, I'm pretty sure we all should remember that quote if you are a fan of the show. This comes from episode 8 of the not the final season, 5th season of Power, which is the same episode that Kanan was ultimately taken out. So, with him saying that lets us know that he must have taken out someone close to him before. Because, of course, Tariq asked him, how can you kill someone you love? And he was referring to his son, Sean. And that's when he delivered that quote to him. So when he said this, and you could tell how easily it was for him to take out Sean, you can tell that this is something that he has done before. This is not nothing new. He's done this before. So with that being said, that lets me know that he must have taken out someone in his in his past that was really close to him. Also, look how easily it was for him to take out Jude, who was another person that was very close to him. So, with that being said, that lets me to believe that he had to have taken out, for the people that he was talking about that was really close to him, somebody he really loved, it would have to be either his uncles or his mother. His uncles, his mother, or his best friend, Famous. Now, let's go ahead and break it down on who I think it could be. So it could be one of his uncles, but in my opinion, I don't think it will be, because I don't see them getting in the way of him and causing this, but it could be them as well. But I'm just going to go ahead and throw them away for the sake of this particular video. They're leaving only Rock and Famous. Now, I don't think ultimately he'll take out his mother. I think his mother is going to be that person that's just going to be, he's going to be so close to that he just can't do it. But who knows? With the parallels going on with what Tariq did with Ghost, perhaps he just may do that, and it could be Raquel. But let's not focus on Raquel. Let's focus on Famous. Now, wiggly ass niggas would probably wonder, why would he want to take out his best friend, Famous? And he was like, and then as we know, like I just got to explain it, he named his son after him. So a lot of people would be like, why would he take out his best friend Famous if he and then name his son after him? Some people were saying it's because Famous was a snitch or whatever, but I would say that can't be the truth, because you're not going to want to name your son after a rat, right? So, with that being said, you have to consider all angles. Let's say that him being a snitch could be the case, but listen, hear me out. I think the streets might put out a rumor that Famous was a snitch, right? And if he does, then they tell Kanan, yo, your boy has been out there snitching and he's putting us all in danger. Now, whoever these people are, who knows, it could be Breeze. I can also definitely see Breeze manipulating this situation, you know what I'm saying? But you know, he could tell him like, look, Famous need to go. He talks too much, and you know, if he is a rat, he could take us all down. So Kanan could ultimately listen to Breeze and take him out, right? So if he does, I think what's gonna happen is later on, very similar to Ghost with Roller and Rock with Scrap, he's gonna figure out that later on, Famous was never snitching and that it was a mistake. So since he figured out that, damn, my friend had my back to the end and I didn't listen to him, got my judgment clouded, and I took out my best friend. And then he decided his unborn child that's probably going to already be in the womb at that time, he's going to name him Sean. That's the first scenario. Now, I do have one more. Now, we know how talky Famous likes to get when he gets around behind that mic. We know this from 411, and we also know this from the song Streets Need a Body. But let's focus on Streets Need a Body. So on Streets Need a Body, of course, the song that he was rapping about was pertaining to the death of Buck 20 when Kanan and D-Wiz took him out. Now, of course, the hood never really got real justice. Well, they did, because, you know, of course, D-Wiz was the sacrifice for that. But let's just say one of Buck 20's people decide, you know what, that ain't enough. I heard Kanan was still, or better yet, I'll do y'all one better. We still know that D-Wiz's brother is still out there. Let's just say that D-Wiz's brother shows up and approaches Kanan. He was like, look, I need to hear from you what happened to my little brother. And he presses Kanan very hard. He was like, bro, I've been hearing about this song that your boy Famous had, and And it sounds very similar to how they killed that boy Buck 20. I was told that, you know what I'm saying, I was told that my brother D Wiz was killed because of the, Buck 20. So that means Famous is involved with that. And he later on takes Famous out because of that. And keep in mind, Famous had nothing to do with that. So ultimately, D Wiz's brother takes out Famous for the death of his brother D Wiz, when in actuality, that was D Wiz and Kanan who did that. So that means Famous took a bullet for Kanan that he had nothing to do with. And my last scenario, which is the one I kind of think is the most plausible one for me, is that Buck 20's crew come back for retaliation against Kanan, and they attempt to take out Kanan and end up hitting Famous. Either way, I think the solution to this, reason that he named his son after Famous, was that Famous took a bullet for him. Now, whichever scenario turns out to be the truth, really isn't, it matters, obviously, but, I'm just pretty sure it's going to be something among those scenarios that it's going to ultimately make him decide to name his son Famous. So y'all definitely let me know what y'all think about those particular theories in these comments. Definitely looking forward to hearing what y'all have to say. But I'm not gonna be too much longer with y'all. Just gonna go ahead and get up out of here. So if you're cool with me, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, leave a like, comment, let me know what you're thinking. But most importantly, make sure you share it with your friends. Until the next video.